So, hi everyone, good morning. First of all, thanks to Raha for the nice introduction, and thanks to the CreativeMornings team, and thanks to Matthias and the whole Many One team for the hosting here. It's really nice studio. And yeah, the coffee kicked in, so I can start. Today's topic, or the monthly topic, is punk, which seems pretty fitting in my case because I really take it literally. It's punk rock where I came from, or like what I was listening when I grew up, and everything I do now is based on music or the punk culture and the DIY culture. So my topic today is punk DIY and the art of screen printing. Okay, I started at the beginning just to see, to show you where I come from and how everything evolved that way. I grew up in Pfarrkirchen, Lower Bavaria. It's a quiet town. It's yeah, you see, it's very. I think 12,000 people around the area. Yeah, there are like 3 schools, and so everyone knows each other. It's a small setting. Everyone knows each other. A lot of churches, even in the name. Okay, and then when I was a teenager, my interests, I grew up when I was like 14, 15, it's the early 2000s. My interests were basically skateboarding, the graphics, like the art of skateboarding. I was always drawing the artworks and like doing my own skateboard. I was drawing with a pencil on my skateboard deck and so on. And punk rock, because early on, when you were skateboarding, there were like 2 movements: the hip hop movement and the punk movement. The hip hop was more like the punk. I was more like the punk guy. I want to say there were different approaches. The punk was more the rebel and the do-it-yourself thing. So a quick introduction to punk. The term punk first arises in the early 60s, and it became a punk movement in the early 70s, first in the US with bands like the Ramones, which were basically the Beach Boys but faster, and then in the mid to late 70s in the UK with bands like the Sex Pistols, the Clash, Buzzcocks and stuff like that. Then it evolved. It became really a movement. In the 80s, there were like the punk fashion. There were like designers like Vivienne Westwood who did the whole Sex Pistols, the clothing with the torn shirts and spray paint and everything, and the mohawks, and so it was like really do-it-yourself, and the fashion part was really a punk thing. So, and then later in the 90s or in the early 2000s, there were like this skate punk movement, and bands became really popular. Like, Green Day, Blink-182. It's all punk, but rooted in the early 2000s punk rock or 90s punk rock. So I was always back to design. I was always drawing a lot. I was. First it was animals. I always liked to draw birds and stuff. Then when I was a teenager, it was more like the skateboard graphics and band logos and so on. And spray painting. It was years later at Bahnwärter Thiel, but this was what I did a lot in my teenage years. I was cutting out form stencils and spray painted it over my leather jacket and over walls. So a few years later, I decided to study graphic design at University of Applied Sciences here in Munich. This is the new building. I was in the old one, but it looked better. And at university, I had access to a screen printing studio, which was pretty cool because sometimes in life you have these moments where you know there's something coming out of it. It develops something else, and For me, the screen printing was really coming from the spraying and doing things my own, and I could decide what I would want to paint. Screen print was exactly that, but in a more advanced way. I could do my own designs and print it on my own shirts or on my own tote bags and posters. So I did, and in 2012, when I started studying here, I was always in a screen printing studio, and I was always working with befriended bands and doing posters for them for the shows. It was really like a do-it-yourself thing. Bands asked me to do little show flyers. I printed that by myself, or did tote bags which got sold at the shows. So it was this moment for me that kept the thing starting. So here's one of my first posters. It's a really different style, but this was for Converge, as a hardcore band from the US. It was really fun because I was still in university in first semester, and our professor said we should do a fictional poster for a cultural event. And I wrote an email to Converge and said, "Hey, you're playing in Augsburg, can I do a poster?" So this was the starting point where it all kept the ball rolling, and I from then on made show posters for bands. First, it was just for fun, and I never get money out of it, but it evolved a bit, and people know me because I'm the poster guy, and that's even my nickname, Posty. And it kept going. So this is the really do-it-yourself part. You can, the screen printing, here you see the frame. It's basically an aluminium frame with a canvas on top of it, and you get the motif in the canvas. It's a bit difficult to explain in English, or without to show something, but you have the motif, and this wooden thing is called squidgy because of the sound squidgy, and you can print your own designs with that. It's all done by hand. In the beginning, it was all done by hand. Here's a little video I did. Squidgy, yeah. It was a 2-color screen print for indie band Lamb Chop, it's called. And I did a tiny edition. It was I think 70 or 80 posters, and they took the posters on tour and sold it on the shows. The reason it's not a promotional poster. It's more you would say more like an art print, or more like a takeaway. People in best case like the design and put it on the walls. It's not, they already have attended at the shows, so you don't have to make the name big or a band picture. It's just about the graphic. All right, here you can see it's years later. It was in European Championships here in Munich in Olympia Park. Quite the same thing. Just my screen print frame and a squeegee, and you can see you can do it quite easily, and kids loved it. Yeah. Just with a bit of pressure, you pour the ink over the screen, and then you have your motif in. So everyone, or especially kids, love it. They get their hands dirty and can do stuff, so it's really cool. Okay, so now a few years later, it was also 2022. My designs, because I studied graphic design, so I call myself an illustrator and graphic designer. The screen printing part is just a part that this is like my special thing. So I'm not a screen printer who does the other way around. So my designs, I would say, evolved a bit. I was experimenting with, because screen printing is always color or no color, gradients and stuff. It's you have to. It's a bit difficult to say. You have to prepare it to actually can screen print it. So my designs, I would say, screen printing and the design process go hand in hand, and it connects each other. Clear? Yeah. So this is my color separation. I do the design on Illustrator, and when I start to do the design, I think, okay, this might be a 4 or 5 color print. This is 5 colors. I always start when printing it with a light color. It's yellow, and then is the reddish tones, and then black. Here you can see my my method to print, or like this is like tiny patterns of my color samples. I always mix it by myself. Here you have it like the do-it-yourself part. It's still a do-it-yourself part. Even after all these years, it gets more and more professional, but you have to, it's really a do-it-yourself part. I mix the colors, write it down, scale it up, and then I have the colors. You have the first 2 colors and the finished poster. In best case, it looks like your mock-up, so that really worked. I always work with bands, and this is like I do other stuff too, book covers and stuff, but working with bands is like my passion. I always do that, and people know me because I work with bands. It's a lot of indie bands, punk rock and rock bands, and some hip hop bands. Yeah, this is Death Cab for Cutie. Maybe you know the band. If you have watched OC California, the whole soundtrack is from Death Cab for Cutie. I started with that one. They played in Los Angeles, and I thought, okay, design-wise, I go with the suburban houses there and make some sort of nostalgic, moody, because the sound of the band is like that. And always my approach is to capture the sound of the band with my graphics. You see, it's like just a small line with the dates. Nothing cares about the dates. No one cares about the dates. It's really about the art, and that everything works together. So they did this. The band liked it, so I got to do another one and another one. And they didn't say I should make a series, but I tried to do. So it was really cool to do to work on it. Another series is like The National. Also started with this one in 2018, and this is really cool to see. If you have connections with the bands and you work with the bands over the years, sometimes you get commissioned to do a lot. So I did this one, and The National is pretty popular among the indie alternative scene. So this one opened a lot of doors, and even Death Cab for Cutie and other bands came after that one because they said, oh, you did for The National, so you can do this and this. So it evolved. Then it came this one, and I tried to do like little series. Then you see over the years my style changed a bit, and I tried different things. It's a bit more details because I was able to screen print them, because it's all screen printed. Even if in the mock-ups they don't look like screen printed, but they were all screen printed. Some different examples. Here it's like Descendants, also a popular punk band. Mando Diao, you know, and there are always some little stories about the designs. For example, the designers always have this icon. This is Milo, the singer of the band. He really looks like that, and and on all album covers there's just this figure, and I thought, okay, I have to use this figure and do something else. And they have a song called Suburban Home. So I did the suburban homes, and they make like and stereotyped and classified as a line of that song. And so I made my own little world with that. So it's sometimes really fun to explore it and do like little Easter eggs in the designs. And this one example, for example, with Manda Diao, they had on the last album. The last album was something about magic, and so I thought I'd do like a magic trick, but the magic trick is to pull out the rabbit. I thought, okay, it shouldn't have to be a rabbit, it's something else, so I did the snake. And also when you print it, I use, this one is a brown colored paper, and I can print with white over it. It's a special thing about screen printing. I don't have or I can print on black paper, on metallic paper, on different colors. It's really cool. It's really fun to do. Arctic Monkeys. I did this one first. It was for a show in Munich. The story behind is on the last album cover they had the scenery, a city scenery, and there was in the back side of the cover there was like this building, or you could see the windows, and I thought, okay, I bring this up in front and make some sort of nostalgic and like the death cap things I did also with the window, because it's always like the outside cold and inside in the warm surrounding. So you really could imagine a scenery with that. So I got to do this, and I put a little lady in the window, just a protagonist, and so they asked me, okay, they like it, they want another one for Linz, so I thought, okay, put the lady outside and do it something else. And sometimes this is the really cool part. Sometimes the bands don't ask me, they don't have much instructions. I can do what I want sometimes. So I just explore things. Sometimes it's just I want to explore about with a bit with lighting and stuff. Then this is some art prints. I also do art prints without any context. This is just for fun, just the mountain scenery or the whales, because I really love animals and I love to draw animals. And this was 2022. I did a lot of non-band posters during COVID times, because COVID times was hard for me, because no shows, nothing at all. So I tried to do my own designs. Some other things I do, book covers. Animals. I really love to draw animals. Little series, and I love to work in series and do stuff like that. This was cool also in COVID times. The band Death Cab for Cutie, they asked me to do. They made a show in Seattle at the Showbox. It really looks like that. They have the billboard outside, Showbox, and they said they want a cover just for. They had audio files for the fans. You had to purchase the audio files, and then they said, okay, can you do like a digital cover for it? And people could download the music and get the cover of it, and so. And I did that and was really happy, because it's one of my favorite bands. And then years later, they asked me, 2 years later, they asked me, do you want to make a full album cover out of it? They make a full record cover, and I did, and it was really cool, because I could choose the final color, and I could do everything. So it was a limited edition. It was always only available at Record Store Day. It was really quite popular among record lovers, and it's sold out everywhere. So unfortunately, you can't get it. And I did the backside. It's really cool, because I could really do what I want with my favorite band. So this is a dream job. Yeah. Also, this Bob Mould is the lead singer of Husker Du, a punk legend from the US. He has some solo work, and I did like redesigns of already existing album covers. Here's the backside. It's the already existing album cover, and they asked me to do some redesigns for a special box set. Yeah.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
I suppose that at this time you started to get paid already, right?
Yes, yes, yeah. I forgot that part, yeah. Thank you, yeah. Yes, there I got paid. Yeah, would be would be strange if not, yeah. Yeah, this is just to show you a bit how my designs work, or how I make my designs work. Yeah, a couple of months ago there was this Instagram. Yeah, a couple of months ago there was this Instagram trend where everyone was making this iPad videos with the penciling over, and I was a bit bored of it, so I thought I make fun out of it. And the thing is, they all had this perfect sketches, and yeah, you see, I hate perfection. But my sketches look like this, so it's really just to capture the idea. I don't have like the perfect sketches where everything is in the perfect order. It's just to capture the idea, to keep it in mind. I don't even have sketchbooks. I always take a sheet of paper and pencil something down, just to get an idea of what I want to do. Yeah, for example, here's. Rise Against. It's another job I got. In this case, it was really cool. They sent me a whole PDF with a mood board. It doesn't always work like that, but in this case, it was really cool. They sent me a whole PDF with a mood board and said, "Okay, can you do a tour poster for us? This is the direction we want to have. This is our logos. This is the color code, and please use the logo and so on. This is the merchandise palette, I have to do a poster for that. This is the mood board. So this is my pencil sketch for it. Just to capture it down. Okay, I want to do like the logo here and like a mountain scenery and the Rise Against prominent, and after that it became that one. So sometimes it evolves a bit, and you try different things. Here's the colors, here's the logo, here's thing, and it's definitely my style. So it was also cool to do. And here you can see how you print it. It's quite recent. I did it in January this year in my new studio, and I got paid for it. And it was a big edition. I did 700 prints, and every print, every color sheet you have to print by yourself. I now have a screen printing machine with a tab here, and I don't have to pull it by hand. I can't at the moment. So, and you can say. First color. Yeah. My videos always like the sound cuts because it's just 130 Instagram videos in this format. So yeah. Okay. Some other samples over the years. The National This is one of my favorite prints because I like the mood it captures, and it goes well along with the National's music. And it was fun because they commissioned me to do a print for Berlin, and I had this idea in my mind, and I thought, that's not exactly Berlin. But they liked it, so I said, okay, let's do it. This is Mogwai. It's a post-rock band. Sometimes I have like little themes I want to explore. When I screenprint it, it's technically difficult to print those gradients and those lights, but I figured out how to do it, and it's like a 6 or 7 color print, so it's a lot of work and a lot of passion. Then it got bigger. It was an official print for the Rolling Stones I did in 2022. This was really crazy. I got asked, I mean, I came out of COVID times and it was really fucked up. So it was money-wise not good. And then I thought, okay, I have to keep on it, and the music thing will work again. And I pushed it forward. And then in 2002, when the COVID thing kept get away, I really got asked to do a lot of some big bands. I did the Rolling Stones here. I did another one for the Rolling Stones for Gelsenkirchen. Roy Bianco, some know it, yeah. It's fun because last time I showed it, Roy Bianco, the band exists since 3 years, and everyone was, whoa, Roy Bianco, and I said, I did the Rolling Stones too. Yeah. So, but it's like a generation thing, I think. Yeah. Okay, Wu-Tang Clan. Hip hop keeps getting back. Manchester Orchestra. They played at Red Rocks. It's like the Red Rock thing here in Denver. The Foo Fighters. Also, it got printed on a shiny paper. It's like rainbow shiny, and you can see the paper in action. To be honest, the signing part on the table, it's just for the video. It doesn't make sense, so because normally you just have a table and do like this. Here, some other examples of my sketches and how to make art out of it. Death Cab for Cutie. The singer of Death Cab for Cutie has another band too. It's called the Postal Service, and they had an anniversary of the 2 records they put out. The one is Transatlanticism, and the other one is Give Up. So on the one record cover, there's a bird with these red lines. On the other record cover, there's this dude looking at the sea. So I had the job to combine those two and make a show poster for it. And this is what I came up with. It's like the bird here and the guy, and it's always cool to try to work on some ideas, or the band gets to I have to do something, and I really can do it with my own style and with my own expression, and I tend to do it a bit in a minimalist way. For me, it's always about grid and the type placement is really important for me. And this is another one. It's like the tour version. And it really this is in London. It's not a mock-up, it's actually real. So it also sucked when this Instagram trend came up, and where everyone could post mock-ups and things. I said, yeah, this is real, but no one believed me, so yeah. Blink-182, So you have it, punk rock again. It's a lot of punk rock in my work. There were like two versions. It was the one for Hamburg. So I thought, okay, here some Hamburg buildings and the Blink logo, and the lady here, and did another one for Glasgow, with Glasgow scenery in the back. And the fun thing is, I was in Hamburg at the show, and I was driving around with my bike, yeah, and the picture here, it was like based on a picture I found on the internet. And then I drove around and I saw exactly at that place where you see that there is a wall, but I didn't even know that. So it really works well. And I do like some little Easter eggs sometimes. So there's a song from Blink-182 with the line, "Where are you? And I'm so sorry." So I did it here. So it's like a collector's piece. All right, this is my online shop. I always sell them online. I ship them everywhere. And I have, like, over the years, there's a lot of stuff. And this is like my clients over the year. Some really, if that would be a festival, it would be an amazing lineup. So over the years, there are some big clients. All right, thanks everyone. Yeah.